What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 274 of Two Amazon Sellers and a Microphone, brought to you by Solozo. And today, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of topics.
This guy lacks energy, right? He has no energy.
Chris, you know we like high energy individuals. We got one. We got one joining us. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. This will be great for people that are exploring getting into Amazon and e-commerce businesses. This is going to be good information for people that are have already started or at any level. So we're going to cover a lot. We're kind of really going to start with what business model should you start with. I think that's really important for people. It's how do you get in with maybe the least amount of risk or whatever your situation is. How can you get involved in e-commerce? But joining us to talk all about this is Gokhan Abra. He is the founder of the International Virtual Amazon and Business Academy. What's up, Gokhan? How are you?
Hi, guys. How are you? Good to see you. I'm so excited.
We are very, very excited to be talking to you. Like I said, you got a lot of energy. I mean, we just met a little while ago, and we can tell you love what you do, and you love helping people. To do the same thing that you've done. So we're gonna try to do a little bit of that today. But let's get started. For people that are watching right now or listening to this, a little background on you. We love personal stories. It's fun to always hear how people get involved in this and then what they've been able to do. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Gokhan. How did you get started in this, and what are you up to now?
Okay, let me tell you about a little bit. Who is this crazy guy? Well, actually, I'm a businessman, not an Amazon seller. I like multiple income streams philosophies. Actually, I graduated from Ankara University, and then I got my MBA degrees from the Middle East Technical University. And then I studied in London about marketing. And I got my MBA degrees also from Italy about the fashion and luxury lifestyles. You know why? Because for the business life, people need some skills. It's not a child games. I mean, and I used to run my big companies, and 6 years ago, I exit my business because I was dreaming making some different parts. Actually, it was my own business anyhow. I was my own boss, but the business lives and the different business model, because world is changing. Now there are some better attractive business models than the physical, typical business models. So yeah, I started with e-commerce, but before that, when I entered my companies, my wife is a very famous fashion designer. I set up her companies in US, and then she took over me, and then I went my own way. And yeah, since 6 years, I'm doing a Amazon business, but I call this the multiple income streams. I will tell you about it. For the young generation and entrepreneurships, they need to focus on this. So this is me, and then I founded an international Amazon and business academies, and I got lots of students from many other countries, and I have people. This is my stories. That's my Chris.
I really like it. I mean, I've always been fascinated in multiple streams of income.
Yeah, you should.
I think especially in the environment of today, where not only are they more accessible to get involved in different types of businesses,
right?
You can also do them yourself. You can actually make a lot of money as being like a one-person business.
Exactly.
You can be remote, but also this environment, jobs are fleeting. People don't have their job from when they get out of college until they retire with a pension like they used to. There's job stability is not always there, and it's always nice to have these. I mean, I can say from my personal experience, I mean, I played tennis in college and was a tennis teaching professional for a long time. Wow. In that area, I feel like I was pretty successful, but my time was my money. I couldn't break over that. There was a cap. Like I was only going to make how much I could physically be on the court teaching people. So that's where I got involved in looking for multiple streams of income, and e-commerce is a great one.
So definitely it is.
You got involved. You started about 6 years ago with e-commerce.
Yeah, actually, I did. And I started with Amazon because, you know, for the e-commerce, you could, I'm a salesman, first of all. Okay. I like selling the items. That's why, I mean, I wanted to be something, continue my career as a salesman. I'm a salesman, basically. So I check around, where do I sell my products around the world. I could do from Shopify, web pages, or Walmart, or Amazon. But if you're smart enough, Amazon is the best place to start with the e-commerce business because lots of sales velocity and lots of sales traffic. So then, yeah, actually, I started with Amazon, and so far I tried all the business models on Amazon. I'm just playing that with Amazon. I love it. I love this business model. Can you imagine that? I'm living in Istanbul and I sell my products from Dubai or US and Canada and Mexico. It's crazy.
It
Some
is
of the
crazy.
products, yeah,
The
some of
best.
the products, even that I didn't know what is it. I mean, I just, the Amazon things that you find the products. I'm a arbitrage guy, first of all. Okay, I used to make the private label. Uh, Actually, I was crazy. I start with the opposite way and started with the private label, actually, which I'm not recommended. But mine was different because I got a business experience. My English was not good. I speak English and I got finance, so it was not so difficult for me to start with the private label. But once I found out the magic of arbitrage, say that's it. And I'm not racing myself. I'm not putting all the stress on my shoulder. So yeah, this is the thing that I love Amazon. It's the craziest business model.
What made you switch from private label to arbitrage? Was it just the fact that it was just less capital and less time? You can make money faster.
Uh, I mean, your question was why I started with private label.
Well, why
What
did
was
you
the question?
stop private label?
Actually, I didn't know of the arbitrage. I didn't find out the arbitrage at that time, 6 years ago. And actually, I was comfortable with the financing station. I started to make the private label. But yes, arbitrage also lots of advantage. You can make money more quicker than private label, and the same money that I invest with private label, if I buy stocks doing the wholesale and arbitrage business, uh, well, I mean, the return of the finance is quicker.
Right. Yeah.
And there are more opportunities for arbitrage because millions of products that you can sell it. Then I started and testing myself with the arbitrage, and I said, "Hang on a minute, I love this business. It's like a game. I'm
Yeah,
selling, yeah."
I so it's interesting that you say that. We've talked to Chris and I've talked about this before, but
What is that?
both Chris and I essentially started private label.
I
And
do.
we
Yeah.
dabbled a little bit, flipping some stuff. It's a great way to learn Amazon. But I started private label. Let's see, it's getting on 10 years now ago,
Right.
around 2014, which sounds crazy. But private label was way easier then, for sure, than it is now. And I've actually recently, because we've had a lot of really incredible guests on our podcast that talk about arbitrage, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, and I was like, I'm going to spend a little bit more of my time on this. This was about a year or so ago, a year and a half ago.
Right.
I love it. I mean,
It is.
it's eclipsing for me my private label, because it's fun, and it's just like you said. The advantages are you could start your business by buying one unit of one thing and
I
try
love
to
it.
sell it,
Yes.
and you're gonna get your money back plus profit in 2 weeks.
That's
And
it.
and then you can just scale for anybody who wants to get involved. Plus, I think, and you can touch on this more, Gokhan. There's so much involved in Amazon
A
that you
lot.
can, inventory management, creating your own listings, getting the SEO right, advertising. Um, Arbitrage actually allows you to learn this stuff without a huge investment or a huge risk, and you can just do it on Saturday and Sunday if you've got a full-time job.
Was just gonna tell you the same things. You're right.
Yeah, so I'll let you. I've got so much questions for you about
Please.
arbitrage personally, because I'm
Okay.
very curious, and especially since you're an international man. You're going everywhere.
Thanks God, yeah, because I like networking. This is one of my advantage because while I'm creating the network through my academy, I also teach from the guys. I'm not a superhero. I mean, still I don't know many things, but can you imagine that? While I was talking with my students from Dubai, let's say, I found out that Dubai could be Amazon Dubai could be a good benefit. So while I'm teaching him, because he was supposed to sell on USA, but suddenly I persuade him to let's sell together in Dubai, Amazon market it. I love it. So yeah, networking is important. That's why I mean, to be an international businessman brings me a big benefits for my business. You're right, Dustin and Chris.
Absolutely. So when you're working with your students, is it your recommendation to start with arbitrage?
Not a recommendation because I believe that people need to start with arbitrage. You know, there are a couple of reasons for that. First of all, don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming of private labels, but people believe wrong for the private label. Okay, private label is fair enough. It's one of the best model as long as if you are a manufacturer, okay? Because otherwise it's crazy. I mean, what they teach us many years ago, go to Amazon, find some products, make the differentiations, and go to China, buy the product and sell. It's bullshit. You cannot make money with this, or after 6 months, you can lose it. That's why I'm in a big business environment in Turkey. I got lots of businessmen friends. Yes, I got a private label mentoring also with many big companies because they can do that because your products are yours, right? You manufacturing already these glasses. So instead of selling this in Turkey, why you don't sell in US? Why you don't sell in Dubai using the Amazon advantage? Just send as an FBA to Amazon. Let's Amazon sell it. And if you are a manufacturer, means that you have money, okay, or you have good finance for promoting the products out, you know, internally or externally. You can spend money with PPC, right? Because if you're a factory and making the profit, making the, you know, these things, I don't think spending $5, $10, or $15,000 for PPC wouldn't be a good big money for you. This is good. I'm not recommending coming back to your questions. I believe that people should start with arbitrage because it's less risk, and and you are able to learn Amazon mentalities while doing the arbitrage because you do many things. Listing, I mean, you can, analyzing the product or something. Yeah, I'm the specialist of arbitrage. But again, one more thing. Also, one of the things that people sometimes explain wrong, they think arbitrage and wholesales are the different. Actually, one of my students thinks the same. No, it's all about the arbitrage. Arbitrage means make money from the price differences, right? Buy low, sell high. If you go to buy from the online marketplaces, we call it online arbitrage. If you go to buy physically from the target, it is retail arbitrage, and the wholesale from the distributor or wholesalers. But it all is arbitrage, and Chris. I mean, our audience needs to understand it. And yes, this is my advice to my students that they need to start with arbitrage because Amazon is not easy.
Are you focusing on like on online arbitrage? I would assume that would be the easiest one to get into.
I love it for online and retail arbitrage. And you know what? You can make good money with online and retail arbitrage as well because people says, no, you cannot scalable and you need to go to wholesale is better. There is no best model in Amazon. Okay. It depends who you are. If you are ready for private label, go for private label. If you go for online retail, go for it. You need to test it, Chris. But yeah, I personally love online arbitrage and I don't believe that you cannot make big money for online arbitrage, you can. You just set up okay, what is the challenges for online or retail arbitrage? The time. Because
Yeah.
to buying the products one by one, sometimes it's difficult. But then use the purchasing managers. So you just find the products, list it, and send your purchasing managers, and she can or he can buy it for you. So I have 3 purchasing managers on my stores.
Wait, what is that called? What is that called?
Purchasing
Project man-
managers.
Purchasing manager.
Okay,
Purchasing manager, because
let me back up. You've got purchasing managers that go into the store to
Yeah.
buy the items that you tell them to buy.
exactly, it's the quickest way. Because my advantage is I'm quite famous in Filipinos because I trained VAs. I got lots of students now from these networks. My VA is finding the products from now on. I mean, since many years. I teach them how to find the product, and I tell them what to look at, and then but I personally analyze my product by myself. It is my bad habits. It takes time, but they find the products.
I want to get
send
into
them-
this deep. I want to get into this deeper. So
Mhm.
you have
Right, Chris.
real people going into stores buying product for you.
But which I trust, of course. But I train them how to buy it online, and also I have a team in California because I have a prep center in California. Even that, while I'm in Istanbul, I can make the retail arbitrage. They go and buy for me. If you are smart enough, you could do anything in this business world. Yeah, I created this for me. That I'm a retail arbitrage guy in USA. People say, "What? How the fuck you are doing that?" I have a guys. I find the products and I send them to Target, Walmart, Costco, or something. They go and buy. Even that, while they're in shopping, they're sending me the pictures and they say, "Gökhan, there's a product we scanned already. That do you want to buy?" I just test it. Buy 10, buy 5, whatever. Yeah, Chris.
Okay, so,
I mean,
so how are
if
you
you are
finding?
smart enough, you could do anything.
That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
it's a brilliant idea, and I love it.
And on
that
top
you're able
of
to do this.
this service, my students from academy is using, because also I would like to touch base on about my Acrobat later on. And these systems also I'm impacting to my students. My students immediately start selling with my course or my program because I give them a product. I'm not an ego, because this is the one thing that I hate it. I hate it in my business life. You need to be open. You need to be teach. You need to be helpful. People sometimes say that, I don't give a fish. I just teach how to fishing.
How to
Bullshit.
fish, yeah.
Why? They are young guys. They are entrepreneurs. They have dreams. I mean, they want to be successful. Give them a fucking couple of nice products to sell, and they feel start selling on Amazon. Yes, Chris. The story is it is. I mean,
Okay,
this is the story.
but how are you finding these people in the States
Networking.
when you're in Istanbul?
Well, I'm very active. I'm a hyperactive guy, and not suddenly happen. I mean, also my previous business life, because I was an international businessman when I started my business life. Okay, I was everywhere in the world, and I started to use my communications. Even that from my past histories of the business life. Let's say now I have one big project. I want to be in Australia to sell. Australia is a great market for camping or for some outdoor stuff. And see, I have a very good businessman in Australia. I spoke with them. His name is Ron. Hi, Ron. And now I asked Ron, would you help me that growing my Amazon business? Because I'm not in Australia. He said yes. And probably next month I will start selling in Australia. And again, it is just a network. You need to be open-minded. And yes, the language barrier. If you speak English well, you could find it, because I'm active in social media and my previous work. And on top of this, my business partner, Bud Leatherbeach, he's in Utah. I have an American partners, actually. Okay. So, like a puzzle, if you put all the things in the side, and I just play this game in a smart way. Chris
Okay.
and Dustin.
So who are you hiring? Are these like single moms that need a job? Are these like college kids? Or these, dads that are been laid off? What type of people are you hiring?
Well, actually, let's say who are they? One of my guys from California. We run our prep centers together. His name is Karim. Hi, Karim, by the way. So Karim also is an Amazon guy, and we just partner. And he's in California, Pleasanton. So one thing, I find the products, sent to Karim, and we buy together. I share it. Okay, he's not my competition. He's got his own Amazon stores as well. Why I don't share it? I mean, Dustin find the product as an online arbitrage, but sometimes they don't share. They said, "Oh, he could be my competitors." It's it's crazy. Why? I mean, this product sells another 20 more sellers. Okay,
Yeah.
this is one thing. And secondly, my partners, but Ladder Beach, finding some guys for me, either from the university students or also from his companies, like say one of his assistants helping me. And for the VAs and purchasing, I'm using the Filipinos. Okay, Filipinos are the most trustworthy guys in the world. They are intelligent, they are very reliable, and yeah, and they're respectful. I teach them the Amazon, and then they help me. Of course, the professional help, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and anything could be I can hire. Single mom, yeah, why not? If she is living in US and she needs some side hustle, and we negotiate, and I teach them, and if I realize that she can do this business, yeah, I could trust it because people sometimes say, "Oh, you cannot, give your credit cards or the others." Why? Just put the small money in your debit card. Yeah, this. I mean, there's a risk on business life. You cannot work with a zero risk. At least sure he can stole $1,000 maximum from me in that case. So it could be my experience then.
So when you talk to your students, what's the
Yeah.
first thing you are teaching them to do? Is it build a team? Is it just getting their account set up? Like what's the first thing you get your students to do?
Right, very good point, Dad. Thanks giving me this chance. I have a 5 models program. Actually, I love it. I created by myself. This is a very unique program. You know why? Because I put all those subjects what I needed when I started my Amazon business. Then I knew it what those guys needed naturally because I'm a full-time e-commerce business. First, I'm trying to explain what is Amazon, the systematics they need to know. Okay, first of all, and what is the right business mindset to make the Amazon, because there are lots of crazy videos all around that. This is the first topics that I am trying to teach them. Then the right business mindset, okay? And I want them to understand what is Amazon, what is the business model, what can they, what you can do. And the first thing I'm always saying that it is not a quick money machines on Amazon. I mean, you need to. I mean, there's a learning curve. You need to experience, Chris. Yeah, and then step by step, I go on the business models, what is the best business models, the scenarios. That's it. I mean, what is the Amazon business? Let's figure it out. This is my first topic on my program. They need to first understand and feel what we are doing, and then we go on the technical things. And at the
Gotcha.
end of my program, also, what I love to explain the young entrepreneurs is now right business mindset and business mentoring session on my program, because I'm not an Amazon coach. I'm a business coach as well. I'm just trying to
You just
explain
happen
my
to teach
business.
Amazon.
Sorry?
You're a business coach, but you just happen to teach Amazon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the things. I'm just trying to combine everything together. And on top of this, I will tell the stories later on, maybe if you have a chance. I trained VAs and Amazon sellers together in the same program. It's clever. They learn together. At the end of the program, now VA has got the client, and the client has got the VA, and I train them both.
That's a good
That's
marriage.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I love it. So while you are going to Fiverr and trying to find the VA, which you don't know that, because one month my students spending together with me every 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week. I have no time limit. Even that sometimes my students call me 2 o'clock in the morning, EM, and I answer it. So yeah, this is the networking, all in all, Chris and Dustin. I love it.
Yeah, I can tell.
I really like your passion about seeing other people succeed.
Definitely, it is important for me.
And I mean, that circles back obviously to you. When other people succeed, you get your network built, and everybody wants to help. You know that this ties into. You mentioned it already, but everybody, it seems like, if they learn something or if they discover something, like they have to protect it. Like,
Yeah,
like this is my golden ticket. I can't tell anybody else, and it usually hurts them
it is.
because they don't have a network, they can't get help, and they're missing the. I think everybody understates this. They think, oh, it's saturated. It's it is saturated if you're.
It is.
If I mean, in some ways, if everybody's going after like the low hanging fruit, the cheaper products that are easy to flip, and then there's 200 sellers on the listing. It's like it can be saturated, but also I think everyone's like, oh, there's millions and millions of products. I think there's hundreds of millions of products.
Exactly. Definitely.
There's
You're right.
no way. I mean, you can carve out a sliver for you that is tiny but ultra lucrative.
Definitely, you're right. And again, also, I used to have a lots of mentor for me, the life mentor as well, not only the business coach. And what I believe that as long as you share, you can win. Okay. Let's say also one of the great example, one of my students, he's great guys. He loved that while I'm sharing some of my products for him to buy and sell. I don't care, just because I wanted to show him that this business is doable, and it is a real story. And one day he found a great supplier, the wholesalers. I didn't know him that. He said, I deal with him, Coach Abra. They call me that my coach. And then he gave me this wholesaler, and I buy and sell some product from him, from this wholesaler. See, if you share, people shares. And it is the craziest idea, as you touch on base, Dustin, not to share anything. It is the people who trust themselves. This is the self-ego.
Mm-hmm.
You need to share in business life. Definitely, I agree with you there.
Okay, I want to dive in a little bit more about your methodology for online arbitrage, because, like
Okay.
I've been doing it. Admittedly, I know I could scale this way higher than I'm doing. I've got a lot of logs on the fire, I feel like, but I want to explore more of this. But what I'm doing right now is just online arbitrage from US retailers to Amazon. Okay, it's great. I think there's lots of opportunity there. But you're mentioning, like, you're doing arbitrage in lots of different marketplaces.
Exactly.
You're talking about opening up in Australia. I feel like there's so much opportunity there.
Yeah.
How are you doing that in other marketplaces? Are you flipping between, like, buying stuff in the
I love these topics.
All
Okay.
right.
Let me tell you all of the secrets, and then many people will get rich. No, I'm kidding. Okay, listen, guys, because I know that in US, you live in US, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are so confident because you're bloody lucky living in US, because you can find a lot of products and you can buy easily. Because the most challenges for Amazon sellers who doesn't live in US, not defining the products, purchasing the products, the cancellation because of the card, the address, and the finding the wholesalers. Please remind me that I will also tell you the reality about the big lie of the wholesale. I was talking with the friends. Please remind me, okay?
All right.
I will tell you a couple of things about the wholesales. People need to understand. Then, what you can do on Amazon, okay? It is a great opportunity. That's why I always tell my students, don't be stressed. Try different things. And while this journey, if you one step in my academies, you will be always with me. I'm not like a taxi driver there. Okay, the taximeter is stop, then you need to pay again. No. Okay. First, what you can do, you can buy online, retail, or distributor wholesale from US and sell in US. Okay? But also you can sell to Canada, right? Buying the product from US and send to Canada. People say it's not profitable. No, it is profitable. It depends on what kind of products. Okay, if you want to try to sell a $5 or $10 product from US to Canada, you wouldn't do that. But you know that Canada is a great market. Okay, it's not so big traffic, but less competition as well. There is one opportunity. And the other one, I do a lot of business from Canada to US. No one is thinking about it. Have you tried it from buying from Canada and to sell as an FBM to US?
Nope.
Try it. Big money. Okay, you don't sell thousands, but this you can make $10 or $15 of profit for each product because the selling price of those products is around $100, $150. It's a different type of product, like appliance, like the big products. Okay, there's also another way. No one is teaching that. My students, because I have a team that they're finding the product for me and for my students from Canada to buy and send to USA and to sell. And people say, no, the shipping cost is too expensive. Yes, but you can make money. Okay, there's another things. And secondly, no one is thinking that because it's legal. Okay, buying from Amazon to sell to Amazon, theoretically, what Amazon says, you cannot do this. Okay, with the same marketplaces, they said. Let's say Amazon says you cannot buy from Amazon.com and you cannot sell to Canada. It's wrong. Amazon flip. You know, there are some guys also, probably you talk with somebody else, that there is one big guy in US, he makes millions. Amazon to Amazon, only if the sellers is in Amazon. Do you understand what I mean? You know, Dustin. I mean, Amazon in the listing, in and out. When Amazon drops the price, buy from Amazon and then sell to Amazon. Amazon allows this because they said so far, because I knew that there are lots of guys doing this, Amazon to Amazon flip, but only the seller should be Amazon, Dustin and Chris. Amazon accept this because you are buying a reliable retail shops, which is Amazon. They cannot say no. After the if they said, they can deny themselves. Do you understand what I mean?
Wait, can I interrupt real quick? So you're saying, let's say there's a product in Amazon US sold by Amazon.
Yeah.
And the price is discounted. So I buy them and then flip them like Amazon Canada?
Either Amazon Canada, or if you have a big teams, you can buy it if it is too cheap because you follow from the keeper. And when Amazon goes out to list or stock out, you put this product on the Amazon listing and you can sell higher prices. It's a great model, but it's so difficult. You need to have a team for this to monitorize only the Amazon listing, because one of my VA also, his responsibilities is only following the list what is Amazoning. Okay, he follows it, and because we follow that, sometimes Amazon comes on in and out. It's a good profitable business. Okay, you cannot sell thousands a month, but it's profit you make it. It is a legal business. Definitely, you are not doing wrong, and it's a smart business as well. Dustin and Chris, wait for this. When Amazon out, you sell double prices until Amazon comes on. And with this product, you are not buying 20, 30. You just buy 5 and make it $30 per each product. This is another story. And to sell the other marketplaces, well, it's the same thing what I'm doing there. As long as if your account is active in UK, Germany, Australia, just be brief. I got my account is open in each countries. I could sell in Dubai. It's not a rocket science. If you have a USA account, you can connect your account to UK, or you can set up the companies in UK or Australia. What I do is either I find the products on those countries, or sometimes I buy from US if there's a oops, I lost it. If there is a profitable items, yeah, I buy from US and send to Australia. It makes money because there are some, but okay, it's important that what kind of products you are looking for and finding for. There is a product for this.
Well,
Again, you need to extend your strategies. You are right because sorry, one of my US friends, I always criticize him because I thought everybody knows those things in US, and many of the guys doesn't know those business things. And I said, why? And he said, I don't need it because I live in US. I can go and buy everything in US, a big market. You are right, but spread of your risk. What about one day if your account is suspended by chance? Because always it can be happen. We all know this, right? Sometimes even that if you are innocent, some guys from Amazon just shut down your account. Then the spread about your risk while you are trying to open your US account, you can continue to make money from Canada, Australia, Dubai, or whatever. That's it. These are the stories that I recommend.
Global business.
It is.
It is.
It brought up a thing because I may have lied. I did do a product. I found, and this might be to the point of you're trying to find the right product, but when I was scouting products to flip, one of these that was selling really well in the US was a deodorant that I can't think of the name of right now, but it was a British brand in the UK. So it was a female deodorant brand that was really popular. That's not sold in the US. So I did order from the main website of the company in the UK, had it shipped to me and sold it, and that's doing really well. But I feel like that's sort of where you're going at, is like, imagine the market in the United States for a whole community of people that are from another country that don't have access to their favorite like foods or makeups or perfumes that are only sold in their country. That's a flip opportunity. Is that sort of where you're talking about?
Definitely, you are right. It is. And you just keeping an eye and try to find the opportunities. Even that, if you want to sell something in UK, you just call your friends who lives in UK, if you have it, and sell. There's a brand I used to sell in US a lot. Can you please check if I can find some of those, the same things from UK? And they help me. If they find it, I will start it. Yeah, you are definitely right. I mean, you can play in the business life if you're smart enough. I mean, and I know that you are great, Dustin and Chris, on Amazon, and very experienced guy. I'm very well know that. You understand what I'm talking. That's why, I mean, I like it. We all the same boat.
Okay. The big lie of wholesale. You wanted us to bring it up.
Okay, guys. I mean, let me tell you something, because, okay, Amazon is, I mean, the gurus, they follow the trends. They started to promote. It's normal. I'm not criticizing, because the coaching and training business is the legal business, and everybody needs to teach it. I'm not defending on it, but especially in Turkey and some other countries, recently, that people used to explain and promoting arbitrage online and retail arbitrage, but now surprisingly, they started to promote wholesale business model, as you follow the YouTube stat. Guys, if you don't live in US, you cannot make the wholesale business easily because you cannot make with the emails only and the phone number. If I would live in US, I could be billionaire, I guess, on Amazon because I just go and knock the door and grab any kind of products. You know that. And also, we have to accept this. We are foreigners. We are US guys. Okay? Because one of my very good friends, Eli, probably you know him. He was telling me this true onto my faces, slap it, and I said, "You are right." Because if Dustin called a wholesaler in US, it's easy for him. But if I call, he's understanding that I'm foreigner from my accent, from my English. So they think, who are these guys from where? Okay, and I am not have a chance to knock the door. First, to find the wholesalers in US, if you are not living in US or if you are not living in UK, it's not that easy. It's not like email it. And some of the the coaching calls saying that, oh, send 100 emails and one of two of them will return you back. Yeah, it can be. And secondly, do you think wholesale business is more profitable than arbitrage or is less risky? No way. They all have the same risk. Even that, if you find a product from wholesalers, you can get an IP. Am I right? You can shut down your list, the price tank. But what is the advantage of arbitrage? You just lose 10 of the products if something happened. But what if you buy 150 units and suddenly the price tank? 2 days ago, one of my students, his name is Ergu. He was written on me because my WhatsApp group with the groups always open. I always answer. He was crying because he used to find the great products to sell, and he bought it 60 units. He sent to Amazon. He was so hopeful, but suddenly the price tanked with 50% of the price tanking, and he was crying now. It's gone. So what I'm saying that none of the business are best model. People think that, oh, because also they say that, oh, don't do the arbitrage. It's risky because you need to approve the brands. It's bullshit, guys. I mean, how many brands you could go and get a permission? This is the game. If they ask me, or when they ask me, oh, Mr. Gökhan, I heard that arbitrage, online and retail arbitrage is risky because you can. And my answer is, yeah, if you believe this, don't do that. Doesn't matter. I make money. Millions of people make money from the arbitrage. If you don't trust this, don't do that. Yeah. Okay. Dustin, am I right? I mean, and the
Right.
people says, go to distributors. This is the big lie. How many distributors can work with you with $1,000 or $2,000? Distributors we are talking, or the brand. And also the big things that go to the director to the brand. Come on, guys. Yeah, you can find some small brands. It's not so easy, but the brand confirmations. Do you think so? It's easy. They will ask you the reference, bank reference, how much
Yeah.
money you have it. I'm not saying it is not impossible, but the big lie is wholesale is most less risk than the other business. No, risks are the same. If we are feeling that it is the risk, Dustin and Chris, and to find a wholesaler, it's not easy. People say, and also people thinks there is a street in US and there is a 50 wholesalers in the same street and waiting for the Amazon sellers. Guys, wholesalers are wholesalers, right? This is not for Amazon. Wholesaler sells to the restaurants. Wholesaler selling to the hotel. So also because then I usually see the disappointment of my students. They said, "Oh, Gökhan, I found the wholesalers. It's great." When they receive the list of their products, there is nothing on it. You can make the profit because they think wholesaler sells the product for Amazon sellers. No, you're right. Sometimes you can receive the thousands of products and you can just get two. Yes, for those two, maybe it can save your life. I agree with you that. But again, wholesaler is not also the one of the biggest magic I'm trying to explain. Okay,
I think
this
you're right. I
isn't
mean,
the wholesaler.
it's got the same, it has the same level of initial capital investment risk that private label does.
Exactly, it is.
Because I've always told people, look, if you've got $1,000 to start your business and you put all $1,000 in the same product and it flops, you're out.
Crazy.
But if you put $1,000 and you buy 100 different products, there's almost no chance that 20 of them could fail.
Definitely.
30 of them could break even, and 50 of them could give you a little bit of profit, and you've won. You've got more capital to reinvest in more products. But I want to throw something at you, Gökhan, because I think there's one thing that I found interesting, really interesting, is, years ago and still to this day, I love product research, like for private label. You can always find some really cool niches, but I have found that getting involved in online arbitrage is the greatest product research ever. You find a deal of a product you've never heard of.
Perfecto.
And it's selling like crazy on Amazon, and there is no competition. And I never, ever would have found that product using Jungle Scout or Helium 10 or any of their metrics. Never in a million years. I feel like people that are really interested in creating their own brand, they don't have a direction of where they want to go yet, just do arbitrage and your eyes will open up. You will not believe the sales on products that you've never heard of. Am I right?
This is the magic of arbitrage. First, you could find, by the time you're selling a lot, you're familiar that, and you can find out very interesting products. It can help you for your private label business, or once you find the product in online arbitrage, because while you are doing the online and retail arbitrage, you search a lot. And sometimes you find some good products, and then, you just go to Google and try to find if you can find some guys selling as a wholesaler. Arbitrage helps a lot, Dustin, as you told me that. It's opening your eyes. As I told you that, it's crazy business model. I swear, oh my God, there are some products, even I didn't know what the fuck it is. I just analyze, and I see the profit, and I list it. Sometimes my sons, Baran and Khan, checking my accounts. And I said, Daddy, what is it? I said, son, I don't know really what is this. I just find it, buying and selling it profitable. Am I right, Dustin? You do the same. Chris, of course. You do the same. It is crazy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and definitely you are right. Arbitrage helps a lot for the other different kind of things.
I love it. I feel like I could talk about this forever. Personally, for me, talking about it re-energizes me to go do more. So that's why I love having these conversations and learning tactics. Like you're flipping across marketplaces and flipping Amazon to Amazon. That's something that's, I learned a little bit today about this, and I really appreciate it. And I know we're running up on time here, but I want to, I know you've got, a lot of students you work with, and I know there's people listening to this right now that are like, I need that support. I need that help. I need
some Gökhan in my life.
I need Gökhan in my life. Exactly.
You know why?
Talk about how they can get started with you and what your whole training is about.
Actually, also, this is my biggest problem. Before that, the students, what is this? I like working peoples together to make it. Means, you know what? Once they step in my program, they start helping each other because I'm monitoring that. I have many students now start working together. One in US, one in Turkey, let's say, and they get friends during my program 1 month. We spent 1 month's time with my students, even with WhatsApp, and suddenly they started to work together. The US guy from Turkey buying the products together, and they make each other. They help each other. This is the rules. My students should help each other. Otherwise, I kick off their lessons. Okay. So how can they find me? This is the only things that I'm very happy that you invite me. I'm not a marketing guy, to be honest. I don't have a web pages. And I don't like promoting the Amazon with the dollar
Yeah.
pictures.
Lambo,
I can't.
Lamborghini.
You
Yeah.
know, the best way to follow me from my Instagram, social media, and my Facebook group. I have an academic Facebook group. I don't know if you can put on the videos later on. I have
We'll put
my
the link.
academy's Facebook group. They could reach me out, and my messages. Everybody can call me and write me. I always answer. People think that I'm stupid or I'm lying. No way. No one can tell me that I cannot reach Gökhan. This is me. This is my personality. Okay, because I know where I come from. I was a little after come back from London after the university. I was working as a salesman with my back on me, and I was knocking the doors and selling the products. I know who I am. Okay, Dustin and Chris. So please, my followers or your followers, you can call me or message me at any time. Don't worry, I'm not charging for this anything. I'm not that guy. Where they can find me from Instagram or Facebook group. Yesterday, my VA virtual assistant. I have an executive virtual assistant from Philippines. He manages a lot of Chile. She wants me to make the videos, create the videos. I tried to make in a video 3 hours last night, and I can't. I can't. I can't. I'm not a video guy. So basically, the social media and networking is too strong. They can find me writing my name on the Gmail as a Gökhan Abra, or the Amazon Academy is Dustin, and through to Selazone. Because soon, what my plan is, if you accept my invitation, I want to collect my students and I want you to be my guest, explain your Selazone service, because your systems, I love it. I didn't, to be honest, use yet, and also I want to learn. And people should know what is Selazone and how you could get benefit from you, Dustin and Chris. And I will be very happy if you can accept my invitation as well.
Well, we accept. We will be there.
Deal.
Whenever you want us there, we'll be there for sure.
I
we
love it.
doing that. I encourage everyone to go check you out. We've got your Instagram going on the bottom of the screen here, so people can find you. We'll put all the links in the audio podcast notes and on the YouTube notes as well, so everyone can find those. But thanks for bringing a lot of energy and passion to the conversation, Gökhan. This has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely great. It was for me that. Thanks for hosting me, Dustin and Chris. And as you are doing great, please keep in touch.
Oh, we will. And we'll get you back on again in the future for sure to talk about all the new things that you're involved in. So, Gökhan, thanks for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening. We really enjoyed it. And we'll be back at this again probably tomorrow. All right. Have a good one, everybody.